No doubt that there are many misconceptions out there about Filipinas, and this is nothing new and has been going on for years. But this is really unfair to the vast majority of good and decent Filipinas, and in this video I'm making it my mission to go into bat for all those Filipinas and tell it as I see it and how I believe it to be, based on my years of interacting and chatting with many Filipinas and foreign guys. So strap yourself in and be sure to stay with me here. Just quickly, if you're looking to date a Filipina and don't know where to start, then why not check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description to the Philippines' #1 dating site, where it's free to create an account and view tens of thousands of beautiful Filipina profiles right now. I don't know about you guys, but I surely get sick and tired of all the misconceptions or stereotypes, and even at times blatant, outright lies that are told on YouTube, social media, and in society in general about Filipinas. And as I say, it's time to stop generalising the entire population of Filipinas based on the small minority who may do these things or be a particular way. Look at it this way. Would it be fair to say that all people in the USA are gun-toting, crazed people just because we hear on the news how Americans like to carry guns, or of the mass shootings that unfortunately have gone on over there through the years? Of course not, as most people in the US are decent, law-abiding citizens, and common sense should really tell us this. And as I go through the most common misconceptions about Filipinas by foreigners, as told to me over the years, I want you to remember that analogy and think carefully on each misconception, whether it's the actual truth of all Filipinas or it's a small number that amplifies the issues to make it look more than it really is. Misconception #1 is of course the one that I hear all the time on this channel, and that is that her only interest in a foreign man is to get her hooks into his money. Yes, of course this is the case with some Filipinas, but also it's the case with some women worldwide. I'm sure that we've all known a woman from a Western country who's come out of a relationship much better off than when she went into the relationship. But this doesn't mean that all Western women are looking to do the same thing, and the same can be said for Filipinas. I can assure you that the vast majority are not after your money, and if you took as much time as I have over the years in chatting to them, you would find this out for yourself. Far too many guys base their views on chatting on a few dodgy dating groups or Facebook pages. Or, as I said earlier, they just repeat what they've heard from others. The second misconception is that all Filipinas have a child or children, which is really a rather ridiculous thing to say, and how do these guys even know such a thing? Do they go around to every house and to every Filipina doing surveys? Or again, is it just what their narrow view and understanding brings? Most likely, these guys see documentaries or videos showing teenage pregnancy problems in the Philippines, which is true, but many countries, including where I live in Australia, also have similar problems. And yes, the Philippines is highly religious, and the Catholic Church doesn't condone the use of artificial contraception. But still, that doesn't mean we can say all Filipinas have kids at a young age, because that is simply not true. Now, there are many that do, I grant that, but also many that don't, which I've certainly discovered over the years, as I say, simply by taking much time to chat to Filipinas. And you can be sure that I'll explore this particular issue, and in fact, I'll save it for another video in the future. Misconception #3 is that I've heard so many times over the years by foreign guys who clearly think that they must be God's gift to women. is that Filipinas are not great in bed. Now, I have to have a laugh at this misconception because how on earth can anyone really know this? One can be sure that Filipinas are all individuals and they all have their own ways in the bedroom. I'm sure that these guys may see many Filipinas who seem rather shy and reserved, and as such, they just think that's how they would be when being intimate. Or alternatively, these guys may be themselves going to the Philippines on a sexpat type of vacation and only finding Filipinas, let's say, who may do this sort of thing for a living, who are clearly not excited about the man but just his money. I even hear some foreign guys say that Filipinas need to be educated around what to do in the bedroom, and really, this gives me a very good laugh. Like these guys invented the art of lovemaking. I see such statements and I wonder to myself, what are these guys really trying to compensate for? Because surely common sense will dictate that not all Filipinas are the same in this area. And without giving too much away, I can assure you my experiences around this, Filipinas certainly know what to do. Misconception number 4 is that a Filipina can never truly love a much older man. Now, this is one I sort of get why many people believe this to be true, and to be honest, I used to be one of those people. But by chatting to many Filipinas in real life and on this channel over the years, I certainly have changed my view. While some will certainly marry a much older foreign man for reasons such as security, money, etc. without real love, there are also some who do actually find real love with a man who is much older than she is. Now, I know for many that this may be a very hard thing to get your head around, but when you take much time to chat openly and honestly with Filipinas who are with foreign guys 30 to 40 years older, you start to see something very special within these women. And that is that they truly seem to understand that a successful long-term relationship needs to be built on much more than physical attraction. To these Filipinas, it seems like it's more about a meeting of the souls. It's about what's deep inside a person, and these women somehow are able to bypass the physical and see into one's heart and who they really are as a person. To me, this is rather incredible and something extremely rare with many women from Western countries in particular. Once you start to understand how they view a relationship and what love is based around, then and only then will you start to understand just how possible it is for a Filipina who is 30 years of age, who has this very mindset, who is with a man 60 or 70 years of age, can be very much in love with him, especially if he treats her very, very well. Misconception number 5 is that all Filipinas are looking to find any man so she can escape the Philippines and go and live in a foreign country. Well, again, yes, some certainly want to do this, but I've been taught by many Filipinas who will tell me flat out that they have no desire to up and leave the Philippines to go and live in a foreign country. Simply put, some may like this idea and some may not. We can't generalise and presume because the Filipina lives in a developing country that she automatically wants to go and live in a developed country. To me, that's pure arrogance in thinking that everyone wants what you have in your country, and simply it's not so. One must remember that Filipinas have grown up in their country, which they love every bit as much as you love your country. They love their family and friends every bit as much as you love your family and friends. They have their work in the Philippines that they may enjoy very much, and it could even be a career that they've been working on for many years that they don't want to give up. Simply put, many Filipinas love their life in the Philippines and won't give it up for anything or anyone. This is why some foreign guys become expats in the Philippines, because she doesn't want to leave her life behind, and he understands that and is happy for him to start over with her in the Philippines. So let's put a stop to all these misconceptions and stereotypes and start to understand that Filipinas are individuals and are not all the same. Check out the playlist on screen now for more valuable free information and tips around creating an awesome relationship with a Filipina. Be very sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.